can see my makeup in this. It's very pretty. It's what I use for Yang. Yeah, because right after this video, I'm gonna be in my Yang costume. We're gonna do some beacon dress photos. So that's my beacon dress for Yang. So that's always fun. Hey loves, it's Amy the Color Queen. It's time for an Adventures of the Month, and this time it's actually 1 month. It's not the crazy 3 months that I've been having to do. This is just June, and I'm filming this like the second week of July, and I've made myself a little schedule for YouTubing things, and so this should be up in about 2 days from after I film this. If it's not, then I'm probably going to bang my head against a wall. But anyway, I'm going to make this as fast as possible because I have a busy day ahead of me and I can't be in front of a camera all day. So let's get started. For my books, I didn't read any books this month. I just didn't have the time to. I was reading Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, but because that's a huge book, I didn't get to give it enough attention for me to actually finish it in a month. I know I can do it in about a week, but I was just busy, so I wasn't able to spend all that time with it. And I'm also reading Unhinged still. I'm still like chapter 3, chapter 4, and again, I was busy at work. I was busy at a church camp that I will talk about later in this video, and all that other thing, so I just wasn't able to fully sit down and read stuff. So, no books this month. Sorry. For shows, I only watched one show this month, and that was Voltron Season 6. As I was talking about in the previous Adventures of the Month, I really enjoyed where Voltron is going with it. The fandom is still kind of crazy, and it still kind of freaks me out, but I'm having a lot of fun with Voltron still. I'm thinking about doing a Paladin Pidge, and I've never made armor before, so I don't really know where to get started on that. My friend came over last year and started making patterns for me about it, but that was as far as we got because life happens, then you get busy, and so I think I might pick that up again. I'm not sure, but I really like season 6. I like how it ended. So the ending was good, and it tugged on my heartstrings a little bit because of just the dynamic between Shiro and the other paladins, things like of that sort of nature. And I will talk about the Dungeons and Dragons episode because there were like previews all over the internet for that. The Dungeons and Dragons episode was my favorite, even though they didn't call it Dungeons and Dragons because of copyright purposes or whatever. That was my favorite, and honestly, if Pidge wasn't like had all that heavy armor and stuff, I would probably cosplay her in her Dungeons and Dragons sort of outfit, but it's not practical. I can't store it, so maybe when I have my own place I'll be able to do that, but not right now. Oh, also no spoilers about it, but I heckin' called it. I heckin' called it. No one believed me. Oh well. I only watched one anime this month as well because again, busy, and that was Your Name. It was actually an anime movie. Boyfriend told me to watch it, and so we watched it together, and it was actually very sweet. I had my doubts about it because I was like, not really into movies from anime stuff. I'm more into like the actual shows. I gave this a try and I really liked it. It was very bittersweet. I liked how fate was just tying everyone together and just like the strings of fate and like switching bodies, and I love body switching things. My favorite K-drama is Secret Garden, and if you haven't seen Secret Garden yet, go watch it. It's kind of old, but the two main characters switch bodies whenever it rains, and I really like that sort of like body switching sort of stuff. It's funny. But anyway, I highly recommend this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, it came out in like 2016, I think, so it's kind of oldish, I guess. I recommend it. It's very cute. It's very sweet, and I think I just bonked the microphone. So for the movies, I didn't watch any new movies again because busy. Sorry, life happens. But I did rewatch Incredibles, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. So I rewatched Incredibles in hype of the new Incredibles 2 movie that came out, and so we rewatched it, and I love it so much. I got more of the humor as an adult than I did as a kid, and it just was way more enjoyable. I did see The Incredibles 2, but I didn't see it until July, which was like last week I saw it. so I'm not going to talk about the Incredibles 2 movie until next month's adventures, which would be July, so you can wait for that. For Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that's just a movie that our family watches constantly. I will always give it high ratings. I will always recommend it. Every time a friend comes over that hasn't seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, we will make them watch it. Whenever I get my own place, I'm going to get Ferris Bueller's Day Off and all the other 80s movies that we have. I'm going to definitely always recommend Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I'm definitely going to buy one for my own movie collection. So yeah. And for the rewatch of Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man has taken over my heart. I rewatched them in lieu for Super Summer. One of our themes for our school was Spider-Man, and so I was like, okay, I got to educate myself in order to do Spider-Man things. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So I just rewatched Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 before I went to Super Summer. I wasn't able to watch The Amazing Spider-Man or The Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 3. Okay, finally for video games, I replayed Final Fantasy XIII again. I completed it. Right now I'm working on the 100% completionist things because that's just what I do, is that I'm into completionist sort of things. It will bother me if it only has 44%. It needs to be 100%. That's just me. And I started playing Final Fantasy X. Now, the thing about Final Fantasy X is it's the HD remaster for the PS3, because I have a PS3. I think I would like this video game better if I had played it when I was younger than whenever I'm playing it now, because the graphics mostly and the camera angle bothers me to no end because I can't move the camera around, so I'm constantly walking all over the place trying to find stuff. And of course, if you're just walking, you get attacked by monsters constantly, so I'm just over here oh my gosh, give me a break, please. I'm trying to figure out where these goodies are. I'm trying to figure out where these people are. Stop. I do really like the HD cutscenes. Those are really pretty. I really enjoy that, and it's actually motivated me to maybe cosplay Yuna in the future. Maybe. I think Yuna would be really fun to do, especially with her summoner's outfit, because she just has all these drapings and things like that, and I like drapey sort of clothing stuff whenever it comes to costumes anyway. Not when it comes to normal clothing. When it comes to normal clothing, I like structure, but for costumes and stuff, I like the flowy sort of look, and it would be a nice challenge for me to do that as well, because that's a dang long skirt and it's pleated, so that would be interesting to do. I really like Yuna. She's one of my favorite characters from it, definitely. I think I'm about halfway through 10 right now. Kitty.
You're gonna make it not make it.
No video is complete without a cat. She's in this corner right here. Hello. Hello, Mittens. Okay, now the last thing we're going to talk about is Super Summer. Okay, now I can sit here and talk about Super Summer for a little bit. Super Summer is a church camp that I've been going to since I was in 7th grade. So 2010 was when I attended Super Summer for the first time, and it's just always been an amazing experience at OBU, because that's where it's held at. It's held at OBU in Arkadelphia, Arkansas, and I've always had so much fun as a camper, being there, learning about God, learning about other things revolving Christianity, and it has always been a special place in my heart. It's been the highlight of my summers since I started going. I have attended every year, and then whenever I graduated high school and completed my year in camo school, lol, I applied to be a staffer, and so I've been staffing there for the past 3 years now. And I was in yellow school my first year staffing, and then I was in green school my second year of staffing, and then red school my third, which is what the Spider-Man thing was about. At Super Summer, you're separated into 5 different schools. It used to be 6, but we've recently split Super Summer into 2 weeks instead of 1. And so now there's 5 schools, and you can either be in red school, yellow school, blue school, green school, and then just for seniors who are graduating, like the graduates, are in a school called Camo School. For JV, it's all prime time numbers, like prime times 1 through 5. Each school has a different theme. My theme was Spider-Man. That's why I was all over the place, all about Spider-Man, because it's red school, Spider-Man, yay, fun stuff. And so you're sorted into that sort of thing. I don't think you can choose your school yet. I think at some super summers you can do that, but I know in Arkansas you can't. It's just kind of random. It's a lot of fun. You make up these cheers and you chants and you win a spirit award and you learn about God and you grow with your staffers and your people that you're with in a group, because in each school there's also a family group, and that's where the staffers come in. They're usually the small group leaders, or they're an administrative staffer. I've been an administrative staffer and I've also been a small group staffer. Which one do I like better? Both. I will be happy wherever you put me. I do like spending time with the kids, but I also understand the importance of being an administrator as well. But anyway, love Super Summer. I've made so many amazing friends through Super Summer, and I have footage from Super Summer that I might put on YouTube, but I'll probably put it as unlisted, where you could only see it if I gave you the link, or if there's like a link somewhere for it. It's really silly, and I only want it to be there for memories for the friends that I made at Super Summer and for family. So if I do that, that's probably what it's going to be. Anyway, that's all for my adventures of the month. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know, and I will see you in my next adventures. Yep. Bye, loves!